Hello everybody, welcome to Amateur Adventures.
Well, it's a different sort of mountain we're climbing today. One made of pavement, surrounded by houses. It's a long ways down, it doesn't really translate.
A little bit more familiar surroundings.
Yeah.
Today we're in our hometown of Brantford, Ontario, on what you might call a little urban adventuring, the Amateur Adventures way. Starting from our own front door, the plan was to hike 5 kilometers through town before an 11-kilometer paddle through town, ending with a 6-kilometer hike back home. The day before, Sugar Pie had 2 wisdom teeth removed at the dentist, so an early morning start would give her the benefit from the lingering effects of freezing and painkillers, and she was absolutely into doing this.
We don't normally encounter obstacles such as this on the trails, do we?
How awesome is she? Before long, we were at the river and an actual trail that were put in.
We're going to be putting in just a little bit downstream from here. Almost there. Onward. Another thing we're not all that accustomed to on trails, at least of the man-made variety.
Yeah, there's all sorts of natural ones though.
There's we like those. Now instead of putting in right over here by the dam, which you note out here, we're going to go downstream just a little bit, and there's a pretty decent put-in area where we can get our boats inflated and ready to head out. You excited?
Yeah, woohoo!
Well, the hike through town was exactly like you would expect a walk through the city to be like. At the bottom of the stairs is a section of the Grand Valley Trail where the city feels distant and forgotten. And nature goes about doing what nature does, oblivious to the daily commotion not too far away. For the 2 humans that were here, with 40 pounds of boat and equipment on our backs each, this felt pretty good, and oddly comfortable to us.
You look sort of naked without your hiking poles.
Well, didn't need them today.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't have done us a lot of good today. Almost there. Enjoying the walk in the woods?
Yeah, it's really nice here.
Yeah, it's a nice trail. This sort of feels a little bit more like where we normally be wearing shit like this, huh?
Yeah. Deja vu.
Yeah. I don't know where the other one is. Why do you think I sent you in front? You get all but the ones that get me in the face, I guess.
Here we go.
You can take your pack off.
Gladly.
Okay. So, Sugar Pie's going to show you how nicely our boats fit right in our backpacks. We could have just brought one and both fit in it, but I thought, why not share the suffering and do it equally?
He's very thoughtful that way.
I'm glad you noticed. Here you go. The squirrels over here are making fun of her. You heard it.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
A boat.
Got it!
Excellent. Just like that, folks. All pumped up. She's just putting her life jacket on. Even though you could walk across most of this river, and it probably won't get up to your waist even, if not even your knees. We're not taking chances. Because, why not? We'll try and set an example. It's a beautiful morning, not a cloud in the sky. Sugar Pie's going to get in and I'm going to send her off. And then I'm going to follow. We got a little bit of a current, it's going to take her almost right away. Hopefully she waits for me over there. That's where I'm going to try and get her to go. Okay, Sugar Pie, try and get over to that side, clear of all this shit. Okay, so when you get out, start paddling across.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to send you off first, and then I'm going to get in and come right behind you. I will be chasing her down in just a moment. There goes Sugar Pie into the Great Grand.
Well, we spent 2 weeks last summer paddling over 120 kilometers together through some 30 lakes by canoe in Killarney Provincial Park. It's been a while since we were last out in our cheap inflatable kayaks. That means that it had also been a while since Sugar Pie had been out in the water on her own. Well, she had gotten quite comfortable in these things over time. There had been some moments in the past that she, well, wasn't, and she hadn't forgotten that.
Oh my... Oh, keep on getting stuck.
Unbeknownst to me, this was what was front of her mind when she set off.
There we go.
Battling a swift current in shallow water, things got interesting. Given the sound of the rushing water and the distance between us, I was completely oblivious to what Sugar Pie would go through here until she told me afterward.
There we go.
Coming into the world of adventuring, Sugar Pie felt very much like a fish out of water, and she has had the odd moment of anxiety or panic, when really she was in no real danger.
This is a lot more shallow than I was expecting.
This would be one of those occasions, with an additional lesson. Pay attention where you're going when on a moving river.
Oh, gosh. Oh no! This isn't good. I did try. I didn't make it. Oh well. I'm freaking out over no reason. Holy cow. Okay, just try to go around. Hey, I turned around.
Although she was still stuck on a rock, the fact that she recognized that she was in no mortal danger
I'm okay.
is encouraging, and soon she would learn yet another valuable lesson.
Go around.
Paddling upriver in a fast current in ankle-deep water is near impossible. Eventually I would catch up and convince her to abandon her upriver crossing and simply follow me through the deeper bits closer to shore.
Oh, okay, I thought I was supposed to go that way. I thought I was supposed to... Okay. Actually, we can still go this way. Yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
Following my lead now, instead of my advice, we were on the move. For a moment. Being light and full of air, our kayaks actually float mostly on top of the water, with the exception of the skiff, which is used to keep the boats tracking somewhat straight. In shallow water, where this becomes a problem, moving your weight forward will cause the front of the kayak to ride lower and the rear to rise, usually enough to get moving again.
Sit at the front! When you're stuck, get on your knees and crawl up to the front.
Okay.
Okay, it takes the weight off of the back so you're not dragging. Okay?
Thank you.
Alright,
That
you
really
can go
helped.
off the front, try and take out the deeper spot.
With that, we were back on the move. The Grand River is the longest river in southern Ontario at 280 kilometers. It flows through Grand Valley, Fergus, Elora, Waterloo, Kitchener, Cambridge, Paris, Brantford, Ohsweken, Six Nations, Caledonia, Cayuga, and Dunnville before emptying into Lake Erie at Port Maitland.
I think I saw an eagle. Yeah, it had a white head and it was a brown body.
Prior to today, we paddled a total of 14.5 kilometers of it, starting from the place where we would finish today's paddle.
How's it going?
It's turning out to be a really nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy being back on the water?
Yeah, now I am.
Yeah, good.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot less shallow.
She got off to a rough start. She got beached up pretty quickly. Actually, we both got a little bit beached up. It was a little shallow where we put in, but we're good now. We got some rapids coming up here.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Sugar Pie run it, and I'm gonna take the way she doesn't go so I don't get stuck.
So despite having spent all of her life living very close by, and most of mine, neither of us have ever paddled this section of river before, which is a shame, because this would turn out to be really fun.
That worked out.
While the Oxbow section, as it's called, that we had done before was mostly flat water, the 10 or 11 kilometers that we would be doing today would see us hitting several sets of swifts and a couple rapids, with much of the river flowing along at a comfortable speed. This was great because we wouldn't have to work too hard. And, as it would turn out, rapids are fun. A big reason we were out here, however, was preparation for an upcoming trip to Philip Edward Island in northern Georgian Bay. While we were both excited about that trip, Sugar Pie, like with most of our adventures so far, was a bit nervous. I thought getting her back in the kayaks before we went would remind her how much she really enjoys doing this stuff once we were out actually doing it.
This is the way to do Philip Edward Island.
Yeah, well, I guess.
And we did go, we had a great time, and we'll be sharing it all with you soon. If you're enjoying this adventure so far, hit that thumbs up. If you're into this sort of stuff, subscribe to the channel for more. Despite being very much amateurs, we've done some pretty cool things you might find worth checking out. And of course, you don't want to miss our upcoming Philip Edward Island adventure. Back home on the Grand, it was now a smooth paddle on even smoother water.
Water's kind of like glass when it's not flowing, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I'm enjoying this part.
With perfect reflections on the water, Sugar Pie would have some reflections of her own.
I'm sorry, I really overreacted and panicked earlier.
I was too far away to hear the worst of it, Sugar Pie.
Alright. That's alright.
I'll have to see that one in editing.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad. While not afraid of difficult endeavors, we're also not afraid of embracing our lazy sides when afforded the opportunities.
Oh.
I like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't gotta work too hard, just sort of cruise.
Yeah, this is nice. So you don't really have to work too hard on the river today. It's pretty good. Yay!
One of the things we don't take in our kayaks is a fishing pole. Sharp hooks and inflatable objects being a risky mix, which is too bad.
Lots of jumping fish this morning.
We don't have to paddle too far through this part of the river before we're back in another swift. This one's shallow enough to call for a repositioning in our boats.
Sit forward.
For someone who's normally nervous about going fast, it's impressive to watch Sugar Pie try to paddle even faster in an already quick-moving swift.
Rapids, but it's not as shallow, so this is much better.
It's still pretty shallow, but we'll try and hug this side.
It was once again a matter of avoiding the shallows.
Yeah, it's starting to get more shallow. Oh gosh.
Tricky part about when the water gets a little quicker is it gets a little bit shallower, so we gotta watch for bottoming out. As you can see, big Lorne Bridge coming up.
As we got closer to downtown Brantford, the swifts would turn into some actual rapids, albeit mostly rather tame ones.
Alright, we're gonna get some rapids. It's gonna get fun as long as it's deep enough. Make sure you're sitting forward before we get into the rapids so we clear everything, okay? You got it. I don't know the best way to take it, probably closer up to the middle or this side.
Get on my knees, but I can't.
That's alright. You got it.
I'll just cross my legs, maybe.
Yep. Here we go. Probably the biggest rapid Sugar Pie's done yet. Not that we've done any river running up to this, but this will be fun.
This would be a decent test to see how our boats would handle something a little more choppy than we've encountered on the mostly smooth lakes we've paddled previously.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes.
I mention this was fun?
That was fun.
Oh, it's great, huh?
Yeah, it was.
And those are actually some decent little waves.
Yeah, like that was awesome.
You just go for a little bit of bumpiness and then it's over.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're gonna come over under the middle of this one, okay?
Under the middle of the middle one?
Yeah.
The Lorne Bridge is an iconic Brantford landmark. While we've been across it countless times in our lives, this will be our first time passing under it by boat. Once we had decided on a route beneath the bridge, Sugar Pie does some breathing exercises. And we head into our next set of rapids. With one bridge behind us and more rapids ahead, I quickly spot the route under the next pedestrian bridge we would float under.
Try and get over to the left.
This way?
Yeah, because there's a rocky shore up the middle.
I should have come up with a better plan. With me teetering on an underwater rock ledge, Sugar Pie takes a way I should have gone instead, and, after more breathing exercises, calmly heads into the next set of rapids.
Got some water in the boat.
Looking back on what we've been through, Sugar Pie was satisfied and relaxed enough to do some advanced scouting.
Well, got past that part. Now it's a little bit more calmer.
That's helpful, thanks.
Really, really nice over here. It looks pretty good over here.
Yeah, okay.
With the river slowing, we passed under one of the most colorful former train bridges anywhere.
It's nice to have a little bit of a break.
Remember that bridge that had all the paintings on it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
From below, it's just rust and graffiti. From above, it's murals, portraits, local heritage, and history. Both sides, end to end. Very cool.
Yeah, it had beautiful artwork on the inside of it.
With the pleasant pounding of nearby construction equipment, we would make our way below the last of the downtown bridges and into yet another tiny set of rapids. Foregoing the breathing exercises for this set, Sugar Pie powers through yet again.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
You having a good time?
yeah. Whoa, that's a lot of smoke.
That's from one of those campsites I told you about.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Brantford, like many cities here in Canada in 2024, is facing a homeless crisis, with some of the city's public trails now serving as makeshift campgrounds, so to speak. The smoke we were looking at on this morning was coming from one of those camps. As we paddled past, the unmistakable smell of burning plastic makes me conclude that these folks were burning garbage. It stunk pretty bad. With much of the city behind us now, all of the rapids, and most of the swifts, at least as far as we were going, things got quiet again.
There we go. Glasses were a little bit foggy.
Hi.
Hi.
Cruising.
Yeah, this is nice.
Watch out for the rock.
Lots of trees around here, of course.
Yeah, we're getting closer to the outside of town.
For our first time hitting a more active river with our cheap inflatable kayaks, we had a pretty good time up until this point, and as much fun as that was, blasting through the rapids to the middle of town, this was still better. We've had these boats for a few years now. We bought them because they were a cheap way to get out on the water together, and would provide a way to access some fairly remote locations. When you spend your life in a city, sometimes the most refreshing thing you can do is leave it. Behind us now were the sounds of trains, trucks, cars, lawnmowers, and pounding machinery, for the rest of this journey replaced by crickets and birds, and the sounds of our paddle strokes in the flowing water. This is what we love about doing this stuff.
I'm like loving this. This is really nice.
Well, nothing like what we had been through downtown. The river wasn't done speeding us along on our journey just yet. And we were fine with this too. Got some more rapids coming up. So far we've rather enjoyed the ones we've hit. These things take them rather well. We gotta go over here. This might be a little bit trickier to negotiate because I don't know that it's necessarily very deep. Say try and hug close to the right hand shore.
This side?
No.
This side.
And it would provide me yet another chance to show that sometimes I have no clue what I'm doing out here.
Just stay up close to this side. It's usually the outside edge that's the deepest. The inside's rocky, so try and go around this sandbar.
Okay. Thank
Oh,
you.
watch out. No, no, bad idea. Go back. Oh.
In my defense, we sit so low in these things that it is difficult to see how deep the water is more than a few feet away.
Good where I am.
Maybe it was all the power paddling through every swift and rapid, or maybe the freezing and drugs were wearing off from her dentist visit the day before. For whatever reason, as we got closer to the end of our paddle here, Sugar Pie was wearing down some.
There we go. I have to say I'm feeling a little bit beat already. What? Yeah, a little tired. I don't know.
Nice when you get in these little swifts. You have to do very little work.
Yeah. Well, hello, geese. One's having a swim, one is in the marsh a little bit. Well, grassy area.
If you want to get close to nature, sometimes all you have to do is be quiet.
We're trying to sneak up on some ducks.
And hope the birds are too dumb to notice two humans in bright yellow cheap inflatable kayaks floating by. I think this one spotted us, although it's likely more amused than bothered.
It was kind of nice not disturbing them. Hi, nice to see ya.
We did this trip in early July, while the water levels were pretty close to what you would expect most of the summer season.
Woo-hoo.
Depending on the winters, spring water levels can actually get very high, and sometimes extremely dangerous just about anywhere on the river.
Big herring doesn't like us here.
The amount of debris that gets swept into and along the river is impressive and sometimes scary. Because of this, you never know what you might see beached up on these little islands and floodplains.
Is that a bench or a chair? Interesting spot to sit.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Maybe it's a good fishing spot.
Yeah, maybe.
Or it's garbage that floated up. Here comes Sugar Pie. We're getting close to the end. You might be able to hear some traffic and stuff behind us here and there. That's the bridge at the end.
As we approached the bridge that would be our finishing point, we took a moment to reflect on the day.
It's been a while since we've been out and done any of this. I'd say we needed something like this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good way to spend the morning.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful day.
Yeah.
So it's been quite worth it to come out.
Yeah. All right, we got one more set of swifts, and then we get out on the left on the other side of the bridge.
Wow.
Okay?
We live in Brantford, and this river is practically in our backyard, yet we really don't do this enough.
That was actually pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the section we are now completing, we've never done. And that's a shame, because we had a really good time here. By the end of this, we had decided that we would try to do this much more often once we got back from our upcoming trip to Phillip Edward Island. Of course, what we didn't know was that trip would be the last for these boats, and you'll have to tune in to see why.
Well, we are done and out of the water. What do you think?
It was well worth coming out. It was a great day.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've been on the water. Were you comfortable?
Not at first. I'll admit that much. But then once we started going, it as always got a lot better, and then it got great.
Yeah, it got off to a rocky start, literally.
Yes. I was supposed to go one way, and I wasn't making it, and then the boat turned on some, it was some rapids, and the water wasn't very deep, so it was hard to maneuver, and I almost flipped the boat, and I wasn't calm while doing it.
Excellent.
But the bigger rapids were a lot of fun. The boats just would go pew right through them.
Yeah, just bounce off.
Yep, go shoot.
Yeah.
Finishing up, putting stuff away, putting the boat, we got the boats in our packs.
It's a miracle every time. Yeah. She's just using her butt to squeeze the air out of her seat. And I think she just has her paddle and life jacket to go. Sugar Pie's cheating to put her pack on this time.
That was awesome.
We don't often have picnic tables in nature. Use them while we got them.
Nice.
It might not be the quickest, but it gets us off the road.
I'm happy to be on trail.
Yeah. Brantford has many rail trails, and this one kind of does the rounds, the loop around the city. We're out near the Cockshed Bridge end. Right on the outskirts of town.
We're normally on our bikes.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. See you all next time.